Hey everyone, welcome back to another Optimus Prime review. So in today's review, I'll be taking a look at the Transformers Age of Extinction Leader Class Optimus Prime. And I know you guys may be saying, have you already reviewed this figure already on your channel before? Yes I have. I've reviewed the Last Night Premium Edition version of this figure. But I wanted to take a look at the Age of Extinction figure and just take a look at it with you guys and review it on today's video. But yeah, it's the exact same figure, but this is the 2015 version with the chrome. But to me personally, I like the Last Night Premium Edition figure more because it's more movie accurate, and that one has got like black, smoky black windows this time around instead of the Mountain Dew type of coloured windows, which I prefer the Last Night version. I like the Age of Extinction as well. I like the chrome, but I just preferred the Last Night Premiere version more on this figure. So yeah, it's the same figure, but it transforms the exact same way, but just got different type of plastic and paint, and doesn't have the chrome, which I'll show in today's review in today's comparison. But he does have rubber tires. They are like a rubbery material, which is cool. But yeah, it rolls, but it just stops at a certain point when you roll it, which is quite annoying. And Optimus Prime turns into his Western Star 5700 XC truck mode. And I really do love this truck mode a lot for Optimus Prime. It's got to be one of the coolest looking truck modes that Optimus Prime ever has in the movies. I love his Peterbilt truck as well. It's got to be my other favourite trucks for Optimus as well. And the flat nose truck mode that he had for his invasion mode looking form that he had, which is really cool as well. But yeah, I really do love this truck mode for Optimus. I think this is a concept truck, if I'm right correctly, or this is just an actual truck you can buy. But yeah, I think it's just a really cool looking truck mode, and this figure does have a few Easter eggs. There's a tiny Western Star logo right there, and it has a Western Star logo there as well, and another Western Star logo here, and it's also painted. Just keep in mind that one of my deodorant cans just fallen off, so yeah, sorry about that. But yeah, it's a nice looking truck mode, and it's painted in really nicely and sculpted in really nicely as well. So for his accessories, I only got his Sword of Judgment. Sadly, this is the only accessory I have with him. I've gotten this figure used off eBay for $20, so, yeah, it doesn't bother me that much, but, I can always just find a shield for him, if I do. Like, I can just literally just use the Studio Series Optimus Prime shield if I can, so yeah, so for his weapon storage, you can store his sword in his truck mode, like that, if you really wanted to, and it's also in like the Mountain Dew looking type of style looking plastic, and it's painted in really nicely. There's a red, metallic red paint, and some silver and some blue, metallic blue paint on this figure, which looks really nice. But so yeah, I'll put this weapon to the side, and without a further ado, let's get this guy transformed into his robot mode. So to start the transformation, the first thing you want to do is you want to lift up the top of the roof of the truck like that. Next thing you want to do is you want to split the cab, well, the top of the truck like so. The next thing you want to do is you want to lift down the panels here on the side of the truck like that, and then bring them down like that. The next thing you want to do is you want to pull down on these little pegs like that, and do it again on the other side. And after that, now you can lift up the whole entire backpack, and you can push this all the way down until it will clip into place. Next, you can lift this up. That would form his sheath for his robot mode. And next, you can split the legs like so. And you can come here, spin around the chrome parts of the grill of the truck. And it will just fold on the back of his legs like so. And this is one of my favorite transformations on this figure, which I do love a lot on this figure. And you just swing the leg around, and this just transforms it nicely. I just love this part of the transformation. It's just smooth and just very fun to do. So you can fold down his foot, and you've got one leg done. Do it again on the other side. Just fold this piece, fold down his foot, rotate the wheel. If you want to, you can display it however you like. You can have the wheel like this if you really wanted to. But me personally, I like to have mine like this. Now, you can come here and rotate his waist, like so, and lift down his skirt piece. Now, you can come here, push back his arm, and it would clip into place, like so, like that. I'll adjust the lighting, and I'll position the camera. Next, you want to bring his arms out of the way, lift up these parts here, and lift up his leg a little bit, and push these in and lift them down, and now you've got one part of Optimus Prime's chest done. Do it again on this side, push it down, well, push it in, and then push it down, and there you've got this part of the body done. Next, you can, if this does unpeg again, you can just attach it back into place again. Now you can position his arms, position his shoulder pads, and this is one of my favorite, my other second part I do like about this figure. It's kind of like an automorph on this figure. So the last step you want to do is you just want to come down here and push this all the way down, and his head will pop up like this. And I think that is a really, really cool part of the transformation on this figure. And then you can just peg it in. And there you have Optimus Prime fully transformed into his robot mode. And I actually like this robot mode a lot on this toy. I think this is just one of the most fun figures Hasbro has ever made, even though they had to make the figures more simpler because due to the complaints of the Revenge of the Fallen toys and the Dark of the Moon toys back then when they were way too difficult. Me personally, I enjoyed difficult transformations on those older figures, and I think they are just very fun in general, so I don't know what's wrong with them at all. But yeah, although I really do like this, and this particular version of Optimus is based off on concept art, and I know why he has these big shoulders in the first place, which is because they based these big shoulder pads on this figure on the Rise of the Darkspark game. And if you look on the Rise of the Darkspark game, at the very end of the level where you play as Optimus Prime, you can see that his character has got long shoulder pads, which is a reference to this figure. So, yeah, I thought that was really cool, and just to tell you guys about that. So, to get Optimus Prime to hold his weapon, you can move his thumb like that, and there's a little peg right there, and there's a peg right there on this figure, and you can tell I've been using this a lot. And you can just slide it in, and it will peg into the place, just like that. And there, you can have Optimus Prime hold his Sword of Judgment, and I think it looks pretty cool. Or, if you really wanted to, you can take it out of his hand, and just display it, and sheath it on his back, like so, like that. And I think that is pretty cool, so without further ado, let's get down to his articulation. So, his head can look up very far, and he can look down that far. His head can go on a full 360, but not really, but his head is on a ball joint as well. He does have a waist swivel, which is nice. I'd say this is I guess this is a butterfly joint if you really wanted to, but that's meant for his transformation. His arms can go on a full 360, but this piece intends to get in the way. But yeah, and he has a bicep swivel, and he has a elbow bend, and like I said, if you really want to, you can use this as articulation, but it does nothing. But but yeah, you can position his shoulder pads however you like, however you want to display them, and like these as well, you can just position these as well. His legs can go up that far. He has a nice knee bend, and he has a knee swivel as well, which is nice. His legs can go back that far due to this being in the way, and his legs can go up that far. And if you really wanted to, you can use this as a ankle tilt if you really wanted to. He has a ball joint. This is a ball joint that's connected here, so yeah, there's a, I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's this part here is connected to this part, which is a ball joint. So this whole thing is on a ball joint. So yeah, really cool, and really good amount of articulation that's on this figure, considering it's from 2015, and I think it's pretty good, and it holds today's standards. So yeah, so for size comparisons, here he is with his evasion mode form, which I reviewed before on his channel. Please go check it out, and I think you guys might like that review. Next, here he is with the Last Night version from 2017, which is my preferred version of this figure. And you can see how they look together, and I don't know if these will clip in on my copy. I don't know if they've gotten rid of that, but we're scared it won't connect on this one, because I tried it so many times, but I'm just scared it won't clip in. But yeah, it does not clip on this version for me, sadly. I don't know why. It could be due to it's just a reused mold, but it would have been nice if the shoulder pads would clip in together like this one did. But hey, at least this one has a shield, which I'm okay with. But yeah, this is my preferred movie accurate Last Night Age of Extinction Optimus. But so yeah, I'm using this for both of the movies. So yeah, and the reason why I like this one more is due to his black windows, as you can see here, and there's no chrome, which I love. I love the chrome, but I just prefer this one more. And he even has blue teal eyes, but this one has got like the Generation 1 light up feature. But yeah, so that's his Last Night reissue. And here he is with the Last Night Premier Edition Elite Class Megatron. See how they look together. Which, this is going to be my upcoming review. So, yeah, stay tuned for that. And see how they look together. And they look pretty good together. This one has a really cool feature too. If you pull this down, you can give him his face, his face if you wanted to. But to me, I like to display him with his battle mask, which can be quite annoying to try to do on my copy. And next, here he is with his first edition figure. My movie Ultra Magnus. Let's see how they look together. This is the first edition figure. I'm not a huge fan on this figure at all. Yeah. I like this one more. And just gotta put evasion mode back real quick. And here he is, next to his CGI model from Yellow Park. And this is what he's meant to look like in the movies. So, well, it's not Hasbro's fault that he looks like this, it's because of how complex this design is to replicate it on this toy. So, yeah. So, yeah. So, there's his CGI model. And, of course, why not? Here he is with the Studio Series figure, which is my favourite figure of all time. And see how they look together. And last but not least, here he is with the 2007 Leader Class Optimus. And they are almost exact same size. Like, there's no size differences at all, and it's just crazy. Like, it's still like the original size of what the Leader Classes are, which is quite insane that it's almost exactly the same as this older figure. So, yeah, I think that is pretty cool that they still kept the size of the Leader Classes. So, yeah, I think that is really cool. So, yeah. And I'll just throw in one more, just for fun. Here he is with the itty-bitty version of himself. So, yeah, how cute is that? Just adorable. I love this thing a lot. So yeah, that's going to be it for today's review on the Transformers Age of Extinction Leader Class Optimus Prime. If you want to get this figure for yourself, go and check out eBay to get one yourself. If you really want to get him in your collection, I would go for it. I would highly recommend you to get this figure, and it's actually pretty fun. And I know there may be some complaints on this figure with the backpack, but it doesn't bother me at all. But you can easily just remove it. There's like a pin that's connected to here, so you can just remove it if you really, really wanted to. But yeah, go check out my Discord, Optimus Prime, and check out my Roblox username, Optimus Prime. Check out my Xbox username, Book a Brain Away. And I just want to say thank you all for watching, and please consider liking and subscribing if you like the stuff what you see. And until next time, I'll see you guys in the next review.